Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Cottage. With over 2,200 pieces, the set will retail for $220 and release on March 1st of 2024 for LEGO insiders. Otherwise, you gotta wait until March 4th. And since Snow White wasn't exactly one of the VHS movies I watched over and over as a kid, let's go ahead and recap the plot. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Snow White was the stepdaughter to the evil queen, which happens to be a pretty common relationship in the Disney princess fairy tales, but when her mad vocal skills attracts the like of a prince, the queen hires this dude to get rid of her, but he ends up being a total simp, and so Snow White's able to flee into the woods, albeit a bit dramatically. She comes across this quaint little cottage, and like any anxious and stressed out woman, she begins cleaning. And then she takes a little nap, only to be awoken by 7 angry little men. They also become total simps for her and spend almost the rest of the movie just dancing around and playing music in the living room, showcasing their unique characteristics that are likened to their names, until the evil witch disguised as an old hag, also characteristic of her name, has to come in and ruin the party. She's like, "Here, eat this apple." The apple makes her go to sleep, eternally. But for some reason, there's like always loopholes to this magic stuff, so when the Prince Florian hears that she's just sleeping in a glass coffin in the woods, he goes to find her and saves the day. She's alive! All I can say is, that wishing well sure came through. And so did LEGO, with this gorgeous LEGO set from the colors, printed pieces, exterior details, and that straw roof. Also, when you're building the roof, there's a clear instruction that if you dump all the pieces out, you'll be grumpy, and if you organize all the pieces, I guess you're dopey? Anyways, it's a better tactic to go about this tedious roof build. The set is further enchanted with various foliage and a variety of leafy elements to bring this place to life. The entire build can open and close, although it's really more so to like place figures inside, doesn't really give you that much access or change the way that it displays. Furthermore, as ideal as this set is to display on a shelf, this is what you call a dollhouse model, where the back is completely open to the interior details, which will probably be the biggest complaint, especially for those trying to place this into their LEGO city. And really quickly, if you're enjoying this review so far, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this. Inside of the cottage, there's a dining room with 7 seats and a light brick for the fireplace. The other room has tons of details in the kitchen and the grand organ the Doc plays. To access the upstairs, you can remove this side of the roofing, and you'll see that there are also 7 beds, each labeled with the appropriate dwarf's name, which is just such a cool feature. In the movie, Snow White thinks that the cottage belongs to some orphans since it's so messy, and in one sense she was right. I mean, they are miners, and being miners, you'll find a trove of treasures above, a spider in the attic, and this cool mining detail on the side of the house with a sifter and some sorting sacks. The first side build is this wishing well with a beautifully angled roof, vines and flowers, and a few birds. The other is the glass coffin, which for some reason doesn't really feel that morbid in LEGO because it's just so pretty. It also reminds me of a Bacta tank from Star Wars. You can fit Snow White inside with her dress piece, and it just looks really pretty and fitting for the fairy tale. This set has 10 minifigures, and starting with Snow White herself, the dual molded hairpiece, sleeping face print, and printed arms are absolutely fabulous. She's previously appeared in the Disney Castle set, but it's great to see her here in another set. The same goes for Prince Florian, who was also in the castle, but his cape and the dual molded legs are my favorite parts about him. Now, the old hag. She has the hair printed onto the torso, she has 2 face prints, and I gotta love that buck tooth. All 7 dwarves have dual face prints as well, so we've got Doc, open-mouthed Doc, Grumpy and grumpier, happy and happier, sleepy and sleepier, bashful and more bashful, sneezy and sneeze in progress, and dopey and dopier with the kiss mark on his forehead. Apparently, Dopey's short lime green legs are new, along with these gnome hats that have been done in new colors. Big thanks to New Elementary that always points out when new parts are added or there's recoloration, so be sure to give them a follow on Instagram if you're into this kind of info. With their pickaxes and shovels, you can almost hear the gang singing "Hey Ho," and with that, I'd love to know what you think of this set. So leave a comment if this is one you're planning to pick up, or if you're gonna sleep on this one eternally. And if you haven't hit that like button yet, this is like your last chance.